Welcome students to another video. In this we are gonna do quadratic equation, that's fifth chapter of your 10th ICSE maths. Before starting the chapter, let us first understand what is an equation. Equation. If I give you a mathematical expression like 4x plus 5, only so much. Is this an equation? No, because there is no equality sign. Same thing if I write 4x is equal to 5. Is this an equation? Yes, this is an equation because you can see there is an equality sign. There is left side, there is right side. If I write 4x plus 5 is equal to 10, is it a is it an equation? It's an equation. There is an equality sign. So when you have LHS and there is equality sign and you have RHS, no matter what is in RHS or LHS, it can be 0 also, but equality sign is there, means it's an equation. Now you have different types of equations. You have linear equation, which you have studied earlier. You have quadratic equation. You have cubic equation, and etc. What is linear equation, what is quadratic equation, and what is cubic equation? When we understand that, it gives us clear picture of this chapter. So quadratic equation, before that I'll just give you one example. 2x plus 8 is equal to 64. Is this an equation? This is an equation, but how will I identify whether this is linear, cubic, or quadratic? To understand that, you need to check the highest power of the variable. You can see where is the variable, here is the variable. What is its highest power? It's not shown there, means it's 1. If same thing I write in this form, where is the variable here? What is the highest power? 2. Or I can write it as 2x square plus 8x is equal to 64. Another example. You have variable here and here. Here the power is 1 when it's not shown, and here the power is 2. So in this equation, the highest power of variable is 2. In this equation, highest power of variable is 2. In this equation, the highest power of variable is 1. When the highest power of variable is 1, it's called linear equation. It's an equation, right? But which equation? Linear equation. When the highest power is 2, it's called a quadratic equation. So this is also a quadratic equation. If I give you now 12x square is equal to 0. Is this an equation? It's an equation. Is this which type of equation? Linear or quadratic? You can see variable is here, highest power is 2. It's a quadratic equation. Then we move to general form of quadratic equation. What is the general form of quadratic equation? What does that mean? I will write ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is the standard form of quadratic equation where a, b, c are some real numbers. Example, 2x square plus 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. So this is a standard form of quadratic equation. You can see this is an equation and the highest power of variable is 2. It's a quadratic equation in the standard form. Now let's move to the solution. How do we find solution? We have a couple of methods to find solution. Solution means finding the value of x. You have seen earlier, like when I gave just now example, 2x plus 8 is equal to 16. How do we find x here? I'll say 2x is equal to 16 minus 8. 2x is equal to 16 minus 8 is 8. X is equal to 8 divided by 2, as 2 will come in denominator, x is equal to 4. So how many values of x you got? 1, that's 4. Since this is linear equation, x will have only one value. Understood? Linear equation is also called when the highest power is 1. So you can remember, when the highest power is 1, you will get one value of x. So when the highest power is 2, which is called a quadratic equation, how many values of x you will get? Definitely you should get 2 values. 2 real numbers will be the values of x and they will be the solution of this equation. Like I can say 4 is the solution of this linear equation. If you solve this equation, you will get 2 values. Let us say you solved some you solved some quadratic equation and you got answer 2 and minus 5. Okay, x, you got x is either 2 or minus 5, means 2 or minus 5 are the roots of given equation, or you can say this is the solution for x. So you saw quadratic equation contains mostly three terms. Okay, a term, b term, and c term, and it's equal to 0. This is also a term, but since it says 0. What if quadratic equation contains only two terms? I repeat, the standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c. What if it contains only ax square plus bx is equal to 0? Is this a quadratic equation? Yes, it's a quadratic equation. You can see highest power is 2. Whatever is apart from ax square, if there is anything or if there is nothing, no problem, it's a quadratic equation. What if you have a term and c term? Is this a quadratic equation? Yes, you can see highest power of variable is 2. It's a quadratic equation. Examples if I give you here is 4x square plus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0. You can see a is 4 here, b is 5 here, c is minus 6. For this, if I give example, when you have only a and b term, it's like 4x square plus 5x is equal to 0. It's a quadratic equation. For this, if I give example, let us say like 3x square minus 8 is equal to 0. You have a term, you have c term. See, this is not an x term, that means it's a constant term, c term. Okay, so all these three are the quadratic equation, but this one is standard when you have a, b, and c also in it. You can see in all the three, a is important, a term is important, ax square means x square term is important. If there is no x square term, like if I write this one, if I write this one as just 5x minus 6 is equal to 0, is it a quadratic equation? No, because you don't have a square, it's a linear equation. Now if I put square on this, is it a quadratic equation? Now it became a quadratic equation. So this is standard form of quadratic equation. The second one where you have x square term and x term, this is called adfacted, adfacted, adfacted quadratic equation. And this one where you have only a term and c term, this is called pure quadratic equation. Understand? Standard form of quadratic equation, adfacted quadratic equation, and this is pure quadratic equation. Okay, now solution of quadratic equations, solving quadratic equations, we have done in 9th standard also. Like we had factorization chapter, there we used to do splitting middle term. Okay, here also we will be doing splitting middle term, which is called the factorization method. Using factorization method, we will find values of x, or we have another method in which we will be using one formula for quadratic equation, we will get values of x. Both ways you can get your solutions. So I told you we got to know a quadratic equation, x gets two values, or you can say a quadratic equation has two roots. Those two values of x, whatever you get after solving it, which we will see how to solve, those two values of x, which are called roots, they can be real and unequal. Means you can have two real numbers, but they can be unequal, like 1 and 2. These are real numbers, but they are not equal. They can be real and equal numbers, real equal like 1 and 1, or 2 and 2, as x gets two values. Or you can have like -1 and -1, -100 and -100. So when you get two same roots for the quadratic equation, you say roots are real and equal, otherwise roots are real and unequal. There is another type of quadratic equation in which you can't find the real roots. That type of quadratic equation, we say the roots are imaginary. Okay, so suppose you got answer, you found the roots. Roots means, again I repeat, values of x. Suppose you got x as 3 and 3, some quadratic equation you simplified, solved, you got answer x 3 and 3. So you will say roots are real and equal. But without solving, without finding the values of x, can you tell whether roots are real and unequal, real and equal, or imaginary? Yes, we can tell. We just need to know the discriminant. We just need to know what is discriminant. Discriminant is b square minus 4ac. If b square minus 4ac, a value, b value, and c value we need to put here. If b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then roots will be real and unequal for that quadratic equation. If b square minus 4ac are equal to 0, for that quadratic equation answer, the solution of x will be real and equal. But if b square minus 4ac is less than 0, that is negative, roots are imaginary. If you still didn't understand, we will simplify one question and you will understand it. Remember this. This is important. There will be definitely one question based on this. So if I give you one quadratic equation like 4x square plus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0. What is the nature of roots? Nature of roots means nature of those values of x. You have to find without solving this set. Now see, if I simplify this quadratic equation by factorization method or by formula method, I'll get two values of x. But they said no, without solving, tell us. Now without knowing the values of x, how can we tell whether the roots are real and equal, real and unequal, or imaginary? We just need to do b square minus 4ac. That is called a discriminant. B square minus 4ac is called a discriminant. So if you check here, what is a? A in this quadratic equation is 4, b is 5, and c is minus 6. Putting these a, b, c values in the b square minus 4ac, b square here, 4, a will be here, c will be here. So it's 4, a is, no, it's b is 5, a is 4, c is minus 6. So it's coming 25, minus into minus is plus, and that will be 4 into 4, 16, 16 into 6, 96, plus 96, because minus into 4 is minus 4 into 4 is minus 16, minus 16 into minus 6 is plus 96. And if you see that, how much is that coming? That's coming 121. Okay, so you got b square minus 4ac equal to 121. So which category is it? Is b square minus 4ac greater than 0, equal to 0, or less than 0? You got b square minus 4ac 121. That means you got b square minus 4ac greater than 0, right? So you will say for the given quadratic equation, roots are real and unequal. Means you are going to get two real numbers, but they will be different numbers when you solve this quadratic equation, which we will see in coming exercise. Another example, if I take, like if I have 3x square plus 4x is equal to 9. So is this a quadratic equation? It's a quadratic equation, yes, but it's not in standard form. We first need to make it standard form. Remember, right side we always keep 0. So 9 should go to left. It's plus 9, it will become minus 9 is equal to 0. Or if it is minus 9, it will go to left, it will become plus 9. So let us assume this is our question and we have to find nature of roots. We don't have to find roots. Suppose they asked us find the nature of roots. Nature of roots means whether the roots are real unequal, or imaginary. So to find nature of roots, we know we have to do b square minus 4ac to use. And here what is b? B is 4, a is 3, c is positive 9. Okay, so I can't put it equal to 0, sorry. So this is b square minus 4ac. I'll simplify it. It will become 16 minus 4 into 3 is 12, 12 into 9 is 108. So it became 16 minus 108, that is minus 92. So you got b square minus 4ac minus 92. That means which category? We have only three categories. Did we get b square minus 4ac greater than 0? No. Equal to 0? No. We got an answer which is less than 0. It's minus 92. That means we got this category. So we'll say for this given quadratic equation, roots are imaginary. And remember, when you get nature of roots is imaginary, that means you don't need to solve that question. We'll not get the answer for it. Okay. So what if you had x square is equal to 4? This is a quadratic equation, but first I'll write it in general form. So this is it. So we have, if you see, we are having a is 1 when nothing is in front of x square, that's 1. B we don't have here, so that means b is 0. And c we are having minus 4. Remember, b is when you have x with it. The quotient of x is called b, but we don't have x term here only. We have x square, that's 8 term. So b square minus 4ac, if I check, it's coming 0 square minus 4 into a into c. So 0 square is 0 only, minus plus 16, that's 16. So you got b square minus 4ac is 16, that's greater than 0. So for this quadratic equation, roots will be real and unequal. That's if they ask you to examine the nature of roots. Fine. One more example will do to find nature of, to comment on nature of roots. Let us take example of x square plus 6x plus 9 is equal to 0. So what is a here? A means what is in front of x square, quotient of x square. Nothing means it's 1. B is 6, c is 9. So b square minus 4ac will come as b square here minus 4a in this one and c in this one bracket. Use brackets, calculations, that will be minimum chances of mistakes. So b here a, that's 1, and c is 9. So 6 square is 36 and 4 into 1 into 9, that's coming 36. So you got 0. So you got b square minus 4ac is 0, right? That if you see what is the nature of roots, did we get b square minus 4ac greater than 0? No. Did we get b square minus 4ac is equal to 0? Yes. That means nature of roots. Nature of roots will be real and equal. So roots are real and equal for the given quadratic equation. For the given quadratic equation. And what is given quadratic equation? It's here. Okay, so means when you simplify this question, when you solve this question, x will have two values and both the values will be same. It can be 2 and 2, minus 2 and minus 2, 10 and 10, anything. So hope nature of roots is clear with you, and what is quadratic equation, that is clear with you. Next video we will be starting exercise 1, and exercise A and B will be doing in next video.